Firearms must be safely stored when a minor is, or is likely, to be present. Because protecting them means everything.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the jury in the non-fatal shooting trial in Delta County still has yet to reach a verdict. Plus, UP educators meet at NMU for an early childhood conference. And another protest at the state capitol today. We'll hear about their grievances. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Here's a night planner for Michigan. It's a cold one for tonight. Skies will gradually clear out, especially after midnight. That's where the temperatures will be dropping close to 10 degrees. Slight rebound into the daybreak hours on the day Saturday. Temperatures throughout the area near the Wisconsin border, single digits. Even a few spots might even be below zero. Decent weather for the weekend. Well, more details later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. Right now, a Delta County jury is deciding the fate of a man charged with shooting his former father-in-law. Last January, Jacob Cronick shot Eric Perota, who was on Cronick's property, to help his daughter collect some of her property. Cronick told Perota to leave several times, and the two got into a verbal argument. Cronick testifies he was afraid of Perota due to past confrontations, but never thought he would hit him. When that happened, Cronick says he feared for his life and pinned Perota against a car. Other men jumped into the fight, including one who wrapped his arm around Cronick's throat and said he would put him to sleep. Cronick broke free, testifying that he couldn't see clearly. He pushed through 3 people before shooting Perota, who had his arm raised. Cronick says he thought Perota was pointing a gun at him, but the prosecution says he did not tell law enforcement about seeing another gun that day. The jury began deliberating just before noon today, and they will continue through the weekend until they reach a decision. Escanaba Public Safety has closed its investigation into a fire that destroyed a Ludington Street restaurant late last year. The stone house caught fire just before 6 a.m. on December 21st. After several hours of firefighting efforts, it was a total loss. Officials interviewed witnesses, reviewed security footage, and extensively examined the scene. While the exact cause is inconclusive, they determined an electrical malfunction was most likely the source of the fire, and there's no evidence to suggest it was caused by intentional human action. Today in Marquette, Northern Michigan University hosted the Upper Peninsula Early Childhood Conference. UP educators gathered at NMU's Northern Center to take part in various presentations, networking workshops, and exhibitions throughout the day. The sessions cover topics like handling trauma, managing burnout, new age literacy, and aiding students in social emotional growth.
This is a really important opportunity for our professionals to get together, get some quality professional development, learn about best practices in the field. Also gives them a chance to network and connect with their peers.
This year's conference brought in more than 300 educators from all corners of the UP. Time could be running out for the Department of Education. The agency that oversees billions of dollars in education programs and manages more than $1 trillion in student loans could soon be targeted by the Trump administration. But as our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brennan Scanlon reports, an executive order to begin the dismantling process Trump was expected to sign yesterday never came.
We're ranked at the bottom of the list in education.
President Donald Trump has long floated the idea of dismantling the Department of Education. On Thursday, Trump was reportedly set to sign an executive order directing his new education secretary, Linda McMahon, to facilitate a closure of the $268 billion department by taking all necessary steps permitted by law. Although the order never came, Trump reaffirming Thursday that it's still on the agenda.
Are you having second thoughts on that?
No. I want to bring the schools back to the states.
An executive order can only go so far in shutting down a federal agency without congressional approval, but some Republicans in Congress believe leaving education decisions up to the states is an A-plus idea.
The most important thing in anybody's life is an education.
Congressman Mike Kelly believes a one-size-fits-all education approach from Washington is failing.
I like the idea of having people who live there making a determination. What should the curriculum look like? What should textbooks look like? Who wrote those textbooks?
Democrats outraged at the idea, speaking out this week.
Linda McMahon wants to detonate the Department of Education. The blast radius of this order will harm nearly every child, every teacher, every family, and every community.
Established in 1979, the department oversees billions of dollars in programs for low-income students and students with disabilities. Critical programs, Democrats warn, are at risk.
You're going after, the money that goes from the federal government to some of our neediest communities. It means some of the essential after-school programs, just a ton of programs that people don't even understand come from the Department of Education. Are at risk. The
agency also manages $1.5 trillion in student loans, including repayment programs. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
Hundreds of protesters took over the state capitol lawn for a Stand Up for Science rally today. Orders from DOJ and the Trump administration could cut major funding for health, energy, and defense research, capping indirect costs for academic research at 15%, limiting the amount universities can spend on staff, lab facilities, and grad students. The changes are currently under a temporary restraining order, but if the courts rule in favor of Trump's, research institutes like Michigan Tech, which just received its R1 classification, could be at risk.
The uncertainty we face is suffocating. We live with the fear that our mentors and universities will lose funding, that our research will come to a halt, not because questions have been answered, but because the money has run out, with fewer and fewer opportunities to attain more.
We'll have more from today's protest at 11:10 Central. Your first warning weather forecast with Tom DeVecchio is after the break. Plus, we'll have the latest on the Trump administration's efforts to secure the southern and northern borders. We'll be right back.
What's the update?
Deceased is Petty Officer First Class in town on the USS Pascal.
Sergeant Jim Dempsey, AFP.
Special Agent Mackey, NCIS.
This man has been murdered.
Boss, we might have something. Someone didn't want anybody knowing what he'd been up to.
We're looking for this guy, American sailor.
You'd have some sick moves, wouldn't you, Macca? Cut the rug when you can.
Boss don't dance.
How come?
Does boss don't dance?
Copy that.
NCIS Sydney is all new. CBS tonight, 8/7 Central, and streaming on Paramount+.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
If you are suffering from mesothelioma, lung cancer, or pulmonary fibrosis, you may be entitled to compensation, even if you smoked. Call Detroit-based Goldberg, Persky & White, working lawyers for working people for more than 35 years.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
The Shunk's Big Winter Sale. I've expanded our selection of American-made reclining furniture. Every one of these reclining groups come with 20 different fabric choices, and you still get the sale price. Recliners? Wow, we have over 200 recliners in stock for you to choose from. Regular recliners, and power lift recliners, and they're all on sale. We have hundreds of chairs to choose from. High-leg recliners to stress-free chairs with matching ottomans. They're all on sale. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking out the headlines for the day here and into the weekend for Marquette and the UP here. We'll have some light snow around for Saturday, perhaps a light coating, light accumulation there. Nothing big time, though. Sunday, as we head to daylight savings time, of course, remember, set your clocks ahead when you go to bed there. Nice warm up for Saturday and even warmer still. Maybe 50 plus as we head towards Sunday. As we said, time to spring ahead here overall. As you go to bed, not tonight, but tomorrow night, make sure you set that clock ahead 1 hour. Yeah, you lose that hour of sleep, but the good news is you have more daylight into the latter part, perhaps get outside a little more. Once those temperatures warm up, like Sunday into Monday. So the new sunrise will be at 8:13 and the sun will set Not too far from 8 o'clock, 7:47 in the evening. So again, we spring ahead for Sunday and set the clocks ahead when you go to bed Saturday night. Winds generally on the light side here. Southwest winds on Saturday going at about 5 to 15, and a little front is going to go through, a little front, and that may set off a little bit of those snow shower activity. So for the balance of tonight, you can see skies clearing out nicely. Tomorrow looking pretty good in the morning. Here comes just that little clipper sliding on through during the afternoon, perhaps the early evening hours, and that will move off, and then we're left with maybe a couple of flakes here for Saturday night and into the day on Sunday. So snowfall amounts as we head through the latter part of tonight into Saturday morning. You can almost tell where that clipper is going to move on by. So from just north of Ironwood to Iron Mountain, make it up to an inch of accumulation perhaps. Here in Marquette, though, we'll get grazed, maybe a tenth of an inch, good coating, and most areas from Munising out toward Newberry, Sault Ste. Marie, getting a very light accumulation as well. So for tonight, clearing skies and temperatures will plummet single digits here along the Wisconsin border. Marquette around 10-ish. And out toward the Eagle Harbor with a little help from Lake Superior, you'll be in the upper teens. And for tomorrow, nice little rebound there, partly to mostly cloudy, light snow showers, a little steadier along the central and southwestern parts of the Upper Peninsula. But it'll be a wetter snow, may not even be able to stick on the pavement with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Of course, set your clocks forward ahead as you go to bed Saturday into Sunday, mid 40s. Get into low 50s on Monday, and while it does get a little cooler for the middle of the week, we could get back up to 50 by next Friday.
Sounds good to me. Thanks, Tom. Members of the Congressional Northern Border Security Caucus recently met with the president's border czar, Tom Homan. Most of the national focus has been on the southern border for legal crossings and drug smuggling, but members want to draw attention to our northern border as well. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
Just the fact that we have the attention on it now, the president realizes it, Tom Homan realizes it, and the people that live where we represent, they realize it. The rest of the country now is going to be on alert.
Pennsylvania Representative Mike Kelly, who co-chairs the Northern Border Security Caucus, says most of the attention on illegal border crossings and drug smugglings has been on the southwestern border. But in a recent meeting with the president's border czar, Tom Homan, he hopes the administration turns their attention to the north.
Tom was saying, he said, I'm glad you guys finally got recognized for this because it's a critical issue. Now, while the number of border crossings has come down, the most serious, the worst of the worst are coming across the northern border. These people have the ability to do it. They're not coming in that southwestern border. They're coming in, they can fly in, they can walk across, they get in. And once they're in these communities, it's the aftermath that's the trouble. You can't get them out.
Just looking at the data from last year alone, about 86% of encounters with people on the terrorist watch list were at the northern border. The president and members are also trying to crack down on fentanyl smuggling. Last year's numbers showed 21,000 pounds of it were seized at the southern border, compared to only 43 pounds seized at the northern border. That's about the weight of a packed suitcase. The president has threatened to issue tariffs on countries like Canada and Mexico if they don't crack down on the drug smuggling into the U.S. Kelly says they need the funding to help law enforcement secure the border.
So what we've tried to do is shine a light on it and say everybody needs to be aware of it, and we need to start working on it.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
The Marquette County Conservation District has a number of upcoming events. We'll get the details during Insights when we come back.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine the hidden gems you'll find. Sweet.
Ribs, please.
Imagine all the dust you'll kick up.
Easy.
Imagine the memories you'll make.
Yeah.
And some you'd like to forget.
Save on the best-selling Tacoma and lease this well-equipped 25 Tacoma TRD Sport for $369 a month. Or you can get 4.99 APR financing on Tacoma.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. begins at Aspirus Health, bringing out the better in all of us.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast, and most have migraine pain relief within 2 hours. You can treat it anytime, anywhere. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur hours to days after. Side effects include nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Ubrelvy.
This is a powerful place. In this chamber, decisions are made every day, decisions that impact your life, your friends, family, and neighbors. Your life can be changed by what happens here. I'm 19 News' Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy. I report to you, tracking votes, new laws, and policies that change lives in the Upper Peninsula. The only place to see what's happening in Lansing is right here.
Sophia Murphy reports, only on WZMQ 19 News. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. There's a list of events coming up with the Marquette County Conservation District. Joining us tonight to tell us about them is District Manager Maddie O'Donnell. Maddie, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me here. Happy to be here.
Well, let's start off with one of them and understand it has a lot to do with forestry.
Yeah, we have a lot of forestry events coming up. If you didn't already know, Kevin, the County Conservation District is a local unit of government working to bring free natural resource assistance to the people, and we do that in environmental education a lot of the time. So we have our Firewise and Forest Health Workshop coming up this upcoming Tuesday at the Up North Lodge, and that'll be with partners from the DNR. We've got a forest health manager and a fire management specialist joining us to teach folks in the UP, who often have a lot of forest land, how to prevent fires on their land.
Sure, all right. Sounds like you got the right people for the job there.
Yeah, exactly. Our own forester will be speaking as well, Sarah Kelso, and we're doing that at the Up North because we know a lot of folks out in that area have camps or their permanent homes with a lot of forest land. So we want to give them the tools to make sure that they're managing that in the best way possible so that they, whatever their goals are on their land, whether that's just to have a beautiful piece of forest or if they're interested in hunting, we're going to help them reach those goals.
All right, excellent. I know there's another forest kind of themed event coming up in Scandia as well.
Exactly, yeah. So we are also having our annual fruit tree pruning workshop later this month on the 29th in Scandia on Dukes Road. So that's from 1 to 3 p.m. And that is going to be with our district forester, Sarah Kelso, and she is going to teach folks how to prune their fruit trees to get the most yield out of them. And if you've got maybe some older fruit trees that are not currently producing, which does happen a lot up here, she can kind of point out the right direction to get some more fruit on those.
All right, excellent. And next month, April, known as Earth Month.
Yeah.
What are you guys planning for that?
We've got a whole bunch in store for Earth Month, as we usually do, right? So there is a full events calendar on our website where folks can see all the things we have going on. We're going to have trivia again with Iron Bay. We've got our seed starting workshop on April 12th. That's going to be at the Ishpeming Township Hall this year to teach folks how to get all of their seeds started so they can have their own produce garden or native seed starts this year as well.
All right, excellent. And I know that the Conservation District's annual tree sale fundraiser is happening right now as well.
Yep, all things forestry tonight. So that tree sale fundraiser is open now until about another month or so. We've got ordering available until April 11th. That's going to be all native trees and shrubs that do really well with our, sometimes adverse soil types up here in the UP. And those are, again, species that can help people reach whatever their management goals are for their land. We are available to staff to answer any questions folks might have about what species are going to work for their property. They can just go ahead and give us a call and we'll help them pick it out. And this is our largest fundraiser of the year too. So this helps us do a lot of great work in the county, and we put all those dollars back into the ground on the county level.
Excellent. And how's it been going so far?
Yeah, it's been going great. We are so lucky here in Marquette that folks have such a value in our natural world that they are very supportive of our different fundraisers, which we're really grateful for. And every year we just hope for the best for that sale, and the community always shows out for us. It's really awesome.
Excellent. All right, Maddie, anything else you want to tell us about?
Folks can always stay up to date on what we've got going on the website that I mentioned. It's marquettecd.com. Right on the front page, there's our events calendar. You can also sign up for our newsletter there. We have a lot of volunteer events throughout the year. On the theme of forestry, we do Adopt a Forest, so lots of good stuff that people can follow along there.
All right, sounds great. Maddie, thank you so much for coming in today. Really
Thanks so much for having
it.
me. I hope you have a great night.
Of course, you as well. And Mike Ludlam will have your sports highlights when we come back. Jeffers tries to continue their great hockey season against a downstate opponent, and we will have the highlights after this.
When everything's on the line, real heroes rise to the occasion. Or die trying.
We're firefighters. We're gonna find a way to get you out of here.
We take the hits together.
We're on the same team.
I'm right here with you, no matter what.
I would never leave you hanging in the deep end.
This place is a way of giving you new family.
Fire Country is all new. CBS tonight, 9/8 Central, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. What you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you. Whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
The Window Store Home Improvement Center is your clear choice for quality products and expert installation. We have a thorough and seamless process, start to finish. From the moment you meet our friendly staff, you'll be amazed by their attention to detail. Our team of experienced professionals take pride in their work, and with our 2-year warranty on all installations, you'll have peace of mind knowing your investment is protected. Plus, we service the entire Upper Peninsula. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. The Jeffers Jets did not back down to perennial power Bloomfield Hills Cranbrook Kingswood in their high school hockey Division III semifinal. The contest took place at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth. In the first period, the Cranes were on the power play. Hank Callison will put a shot on net, and there is Captain Nick Timko putting the wrister past the defenseman and keeper Kaysen Helmanen, 1-0 at 2:16. About 8 minutes later, Jeffers threatens Easton Terry with some forechecking. Britt Heinonen takes control and boom, surveys the shot and puts it upstairs on Blake Tice to tie the score at 1. We'll take another look. Heinonen was able to get a chance to pick his spot with the shot, and he buried it decisively for his 47th goal of the season. We move to early in the second period, and Aaron Helmanen on the bench, satisfied, being tied at 1 after 1, I would think. But early in the second, the Jets get a breakaway chance. Brogan Turner takes the shot, and this fooled the announcer, thinking that it went in, but Tice was able to make the save and covered up after the centering pass. Kingswood connects at 5:08. Timko passes back to the blue line. Cameron Cheney shoots, and doggone, there's Timko redirecting the puck past Helmanen. 2-1 Cranes. Kaysen Helmanen was pulled just over a minute remaining in the third, but Jeffers could not score. Cranbrook Kingswood advances to the final with a 2-1 victory. Jeffers ends a great season at 22-5. The Cranes will face Orchard Lake St. Mary in the title game tomorrow. The Eaglets routed Alpena 9-1 in the other semifinal. Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Basketball All-Stars for this season. Michigan Tech's Marcus Tomashik is the Player of the Year. He is joined on the first team by Lake Superior State's Tyson Edmondson, NMU's Dylan Keel, Kingsley Perkins of Lake State, along with Hunter Soper, who is the Defensive Player of the Year. Second team for the men, Dawson Norgard of Michigan Tech and Devin Womack of Lake Superior State. On the all-defensive team, Keel from NMU, Perkins from LSSU, and Josh Cherian of the Huskies. And your Coach of the Year, conference winner, regular season winner, Josh Bittner of Michigan Tech. On the women's side, Riley Bisbal of Grand Valley State is the Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year. Escanaba grad Nicole Kameen of the Lakers is on the first team, along with Isabella Lenz of Michigan Tech and J.C. Weisbrod of NMU. Grace Bradford of Lake Superior State is on the second team, along with the Wildcats' Sarah Newcomer. On the all-defensive team, again, Nicole Kameen of Grand Valley, Isabella Lenz of the Huskies. Your sixth Player of the Year is Abby Fraza of NMU, and the Coach of the Year, Mike Williams of Grand Valley State. Negaunee High School Athletic Director Paul Jacobson has been named the Region 1 Athletic Administrator of the Year by the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Jacobson is the Miners Athletic Director, Assistant Principal, former football coach, and much more. He's a member of the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association and the Michigan Association of Secondary School Principals. He was inducted into the High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame last year. He'll get his award next weekend in Traverse City. Kevin, back to you.
Mike, thank you. And as Tom mentioned earlier, it's that time of the year again when the clocks spring ahead and we'll lose an hour of sleep. Donnie Bacchus has a look at why some health experts want to stop the time change.
Clocks move forward this Sunday for daylight saving time, and just like clockwork, the debate over seasonal time changes springs into action.
Do you usually kind of look forward to when we have to spring forward?
I honestly have to Google every time whether it's the one that I lose sleep on or gain sleep on, so I'm not sure if I should dread this one.
Why bother doing it? Does it really help anything? Does it really save us any daylight? I don't see the need for it anymore.
Research has shown the ritual of changing the clocks in spring and fall can impact productivity and our mental and physical health.
Honestly, even sleeping in an hour, I get groggy, and then losing the hour, I just get evil.
It's why the American Academy of Sleep Medicine wants to eliminate seasonal time changes.
It's harder to go to bed when it's light out, so that can make it harder to fall asleep, but yet our responsibilities are the same in terms of waking up for school, waking up for work.
Dr. Anita Shelgakar is president of the Academy, which recommends moving to year-round permanent standard time.
In permanent standard time, our internal body clock is best aligned with the sun and external light from the sun. It's what's best for our overall health and well-being.
Before taking office, President Trump posted his support for ending daylight saving time, saying it is inconvenient and very costly to our nation.
Now don't go away. Tom is your final look at weather when we come back.
What happens when the world's best journalists come together?
This was an entire building. It will take years to rebuild.
We're from CBS News, American television.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Today, we bring you the profile of a hero, Marine Private First Class Gomer Pyle.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes, but this hero is a musical Marine. Gomer Pyle.
Weeknights at 9:30 on MeTV 19.1.
She's inquisitive
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
and firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
We're looking at clearing skies for tonight. Temperatures will be dropping, cold single digits, lower teens. Clipper system for tomorrow afternoon will bring maybe up to an inch along the Wisconsin border to central parts of the UP. But Marquette, we're not looking at much, maybe a couple tenths of an inch, and perhaps a few flakes on Sunday. But really, temperatures getting up into the mid-40s. Things are going to be on the mild side into early next week. And again, when you go to bed tomorrow night, make sure to set your clocks ahead 1 hour. Kevin?
Thanks again, Tom, and that's all the time we have for right now. We'll see you again at 11:10 Central.